And she was always ready with some snide remark. Amyas and I, we were true friends. She couldn't stand it. He meant everything to me. Everything. Meredith knew, I think. Caroline suspected. Nothing she could say changed anything.
It's Amyas, isn't it? Still Amyas. You just can't get him out of your head. Do you have any idea how pathetic you are?
Just made me hate her all the more. I trust you'll keep this to yourself.
Of course.
Not that I care much anyway.
How kind of you to come.
Do you think we could get on with the business at hand?
Indeed, monsieur, I was about to suggest the very same. Et alors, where to begin, huh? Well, as you know, it was my purpose to discover the truth about the murder of Amyas Crail.
We all know the truth.
Yes, indeed, Monsieur Blake. But sometimes what we accept as the truth may not be the full story, n'est-ce pas? And sometimes it may not be true at all. D'accord. This is what I learned. That at no time did Caroline Crail protest her innocence, except in a letter to her daughter. That in the dock she showed no fear. That in her letter to her sister she expressed acquiescence in her fate. And in the opinion of everyone, with one exception most notable, Caroline Crail was guilty.
Of course she was.
Yeah, but it was not for me to accept the verdict of others. No, it was necessary for me to examine the facts and to ensure that the psychology of this case accorded itself with them. Now, there is no doubt whatever that she had the ample motive, and much of the evidence it tells against her. The scent bottle discovered in her room, the poison that she admitted to stealing, the row with her husband in which she had threatened to kill him. None of this seems incorrect psychologically. But then we come to something that does not quite ring true. After Meredith Blake discovers the poison is missing, he rows over here to discuss it with his brother. On their way up to the house, they overhear a discussion between Caroline Crail and her husband on the vexed subject of Angela being sent away to school.
It's shameful behaviour, Amyas. You're being so hard on her.
For God's sake.
Discuss this after lunch.
I'll see to her packing.
Now that does strike me as odd. They have just had a row most horrific in which she has threatened to kill him, and yet a short time later they're having an argument relatively trivial in which Monsieur Crail says he will see to Angela's packing. Now, does that not strike you as strange? Why should he do her packing when there is her sister or the governess or the housekeeper? I did not know Monsieur Crail. But you know, somehow I cannot picture him folding neatly the skirts, the blouses, or the underwear. Another thing that struck me as odd, having just threatened to kill him, Caroline Crail offers to bring to her husband a cold beer.
Dissimulation.
You think so? But if she intends to poison him, would it not be more intelligent to... what is the word? Spike the supply of beer that he has in the water garden when no one was about. Hello, Caroline Crail brings to him the beer from the house. He drinks it. He says, everything tastes foul today. And after lunch, she finds him dead.
We know all this.
Oh, oui, bien sûr, but now I offer some information which is new. After asking Meredith Blake to call for a doctor, Mademoiselle Williams returns to the water garden.
You actually saw her do that?
Well, that settles it.
Not necessarily.
That is what I saw.
There's only your word for it.
I'm not accustomed to having my word doubted.
And I do not doubt it, Mademoiselle Williams. I believe what you saw took place exactly as you say that it did, and because of what you saw, I know that Caroline Crail was not guilty.
Well, how the hell did you work that out?
Oh, do calm down.
I will tell it to you. Mademoiselle Williams saw Caroline Crail wipe off the fingerprints from the beer bottle and impose the prints of her husband onto it. Onto the bottle, Mark. But the conaine was in the glass, not the bottle. The police found no traces of it in the bottle. No conaine had ever been in the bottle. And Caroline Crail, she did not know that. She, who has poisoned her husband, did not know how he had been poisoned.
So why make it look like suicide?
Because she knew who was the culprit. And would do anything rather than let that person be suspected. So who could it be? There was only one person whom she would be willing to protect at all costs. Mademoiselle Warren, I would like to read the letter your sister wrote to you.
No.
For Mademoiselle.
I've realised what you're suggesting. I deny it utterly. That letter was meant for my eyes only.
Oh, Aunt Angela,
No.
please. For my mother's sake. Please.
Merci, Mademoiselle. My darling Angela, I want you to know that it is all right. I have never lied to you, and I don't now when I say that I am happy. That I feel
a peace that I've never known before.
That I've never known before.
Don't look back and don't grieve for
Don't
me.
look back.
Live your
and don't
life
grieve.
and succeed. It's all right, my darling. It's all right. I'm going to Amiens, and I'm happy. And you must be too. One has to pay one's debts.
Your loving sister, Caroline. It is a beautiful letter, no? And also quite remarkable, for it contains one omission that is most striking. There is no protestation of innocence.
Because it was unnecessary.
Oui, bien sûr, because she thought her sister knew that she was innocent for the best of all possible reasons. And her only concern was to comfort, to reassure, and to avert the possibility of you having to confess. It's all right, my darling. It's all right.
She wanted me to be happy. It's as simple as that.
Yes, indeed. And so that the burden of your guilt may not be too great, she tells to you one must pay one's debts. And now, at last, she has the chance to repay the debt she owes you for the injury she caused you all those years before. And now the trial, the sentence, nothing can touch her. Because finally she felt redeemed. She felt, well, at peace with herself. And in the light of this, everything falls into place.
Now look here, girlie.
I wish you had
When Angela threw the paper away at Amiens Crail, the memory that haunts her is brought to life most vividly. Then the next morning, she sees Angela tampering with a beer.
I'll take it if you don't mind.
Which she then brings to Amiens.
It's foul. Everything's foul today.
And after lunch, she finds him dead. Alors she is convinced he has been poisoned, but who could have done it? And then...